Thank you to Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray for teaming up with me on today's video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a whole house clean with me. I always love how good it feels just to get the entire house clean from top to bottom, and I feel like it stays cleaner a lot longer when I do that. So I'm going to be doing that today, and I figured I would take you guys along with me because this is like the most massive cleaning motivation you can get, is top to bottom house cleaning. I also have a few other things I want to do. I need to make some oat bites just to kind of carry us throughout the week as a good snack. And then I also want to just kind of quickly decorate our bedroom because I pulled out all of the Christmas decor and everything. And then of course, a ton of cleaning. So I do have a list just to kind of keep me on track, and it also just helps me feel more motivated throughout the day, just like crossing everything off my list as I go. So I'm gonna show you what is on my list today, and then we will jump on into it. I wanna hear you say So today I am starting out in my kitchen, and like I said, I made a list. I actually wrote it down in order of how I'm planning on tackling everything on my list today. And the reason I did that was because it will help me just kind of stay on task and not get as distracted. And also for me, making lists just really motivates me. So it not only keeps me on task, but it also just gives me like that instant gratification, like instant motivation, where I'm actually seeing the progress and the outcome of what I'm doing, but I'm also just being able to have that satisfaction of checking things off my list. I feel like for me that totally works. So if you are like that as well, I would definitely suggest making a list. If you're struggling with motivation, just write everything down that you need to do. Don't make it too crazy long or anything, but write everything down, and then as you do them, go ahead and just check them off. And I bet that it will give you a little extra boost of motivation. All right, I have the entire kitchen clean. I wanted to make sure I wiped down the counters because next we are going to make the energy oat balls or oat bites, whatever you want to call them. They're basically like little individual granola bar bites, and they are so good. They're perfect just to have on hand for the week. They're great for the kids. They love them. I love them. Kai loves them. So I wanted to go ahead and make those today just so we can kind of have them throughout the week. And I figured you guys would probably love the recipe as well. So we're going to go ahead and quickly make those and then get on into the rest of cleaning. So for the oat bites, I am just going to leave this little recipe card right here so you can screenshot that if you'd like, but then you can also go ahead and follow along with me on the recipe. It could not be easier, and they are such a hit with all of our kids. They have been something that our family has enjoyed for years. So all you're gonna do to make these is add all of your ingredients into a bowl. You can totally customize this to whatever your family likes, but the basic recipe is just going to be 2 cups of oats, 1 cup of peanut butter, 2/3 cup of honey, 1 cup of ground flax seeds, and then 2 more cups of whatever your mix-ins are. Or if you don't really want to add any more mix-ins, you can just add in 2 more cups of oats. And then you'll add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and then 1 cup of chocolate chips or 1 cup of raisins. And then all you're going to do from here is just mix them well until everything is well incorporated. Then you will roll them into balls. I use this little scoop right here. It's just 1.5 to 2 tablespoons, I believe. And I just use that to kind of portion them out. And then I will roll them into little balls. And then last, you're going to set them on a parchment lined pan and then just set those in the fridge or freezer until they are firm enough, and then they are going to be done. This is no bake, really no fuss at all. It could not be easier. And they're really great because they're a little bit healthier of a snack for your kids or even for yourself. I definitely enjoy these as well. And then all we do is once they're set, we put them into an airtight container and just store those right in the fridge. You'll have to let me know if you've ever made oat bites similar to this before. And also if you end up trying out this recipe, definitely let me know in the comments how you and your kiddos like them. I like to clean as I cook, so once I was all finished prepping the oat bites and putting them in the fridge to chill, I wanted to clean all the dishes we dirtied in the recipe. And I am so beyond excited to be teaming up with Dawn today to share the Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. I have actually been using the new Power Wash Dish Spray for the past several months, and it has been a huge game changer in the kitchen for me. One of the biggest benefits is how quickly and easily you can clean your dishes, making it feel like less of a chore, and it also saves you so much time, which I know we can all appreciate since our to-do lists are basically always full. So if you haven't tried it out yet, they have made it super simple. All you do is spray, wipe, and rinse. Just spray the Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray on your dirty dishes and then wipe them down, and last you can rinse them off. This is amazing because you aren't having to use water until the very end. Also, there's no more having to soak your dishes in a sink full of water, and you don't have to wait around for it to work. It works super, super fast. And that's because when you spray the dishes, the activated suds cling to the food messes on your dishes and lets you wipe them away without sitting at your sink forever scrubbing. This has been something that has definitely helped me clean as I cook a bit more. I typically tidy the kitchen as I cook, but more often than I'd like to admit, I leave the dishes for later because it's just a bit of a tedious chore. But with this stuff, I have been staying way more on top of my dishes throughout the day, and I truly am cleaning while I cook. I know we can feel so overwhelmed with our daily chores and our to-do list, but anything that makes these chores a little bit easier or take less of our precious time and gives us that time back to spend where we want it is a total win. I know a lot of you guys have already tried the Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray and have told me that you loved it as well. But if you haven't tried it yet, definitely go pick some up. You will absolutely thank me later. And I will be leaving a link down below for you to go check it out as well. And if you have tried the Power Wash Dish Spray, let me know in the comments what you thought and also which scent is your favorite. I honestly love them all, but the green apple is definitely my top pick.
Spark, shock to my heart, see my blood rush running. Staring at my hands and making big plans. You and me started something just to watch my mind go wild. A hurricane inside, tearing through my chest so loud. Can you hear my heart right now? This is bigger than a crush. Embers falling around me. Really think this could be love. Running, staring at your mouth, thinking all about if you know what you've done it. Just to watch my mind go wild. A pack of roses inside, tearing through my chest so loud. Can you hear my heart right now? This is bigger than a crush. Embers falling around me. Really think this could be love. Ooh.
Once the kitchen was all cleaned, I moved into our living room just to give it a nice tidy. It wasn't really too messy other than like throw pillows and blankets thrown about, of course. But I did want to do a little spot clean on the couch just because I don't know what happened really, but the big chase part on our couch was really messy and I just needed to do like a quick spot clean on that. And so I just pulled out our small carpet cleaner to do that really quick. Now, if you guys have any suggestions for me on this couch, I would truly appreciate it. I don't know what it is. I feel like some days I'm a total fan of this couch and I'm like, it serves us so well. It fits our family so great. And overall, it is like a really comfortable couch. However, I feel like there are also certain things about it that kind of drive me nuts. Like it's always pulling apart. It doesn't really connect. And I think I have that kind of figured out. I'm about to connect it with some things that I got on Amazon. But then one of my biggest struggles with it is actually how quickly it gets dirty. I think because it is just like a really flat color, it's something that just ends up needing a lot of my attention, and I don't always love giving it all the extra attention that it's always asking for. I'm kind of thinking about maybe putting a protectant coat on it or something. I'm not totally sure, but if you guys have ever had a problem like this with your couch and you found a solution for it, I would truly be so grateful if you would share that with me if you have any ideas. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of the stains on the couch and get it looking good for now, and then we will see about what happens in the office. And this is honestly one space in my home that really motivates me to want to declutter more. Not that his office is super cluttered as far as like his office things go, but just because it's like a total catch-all, and I feel like it just shows that we have so much more than we need in our home. And there's definitely room to declutter in here. Anyway, I've told you guys before, I am going to be doing a whole house decluttering series on my channel. I was honestly trying to get those videos out to you earlier than this, but life just happens, and I'm trying to go with it a little bit more this year. But that is definitely on my list to start sharing with you guys. But that does bring me to a question that I wanted to ask you. When I share those decluttering videos, would you kind of like to see decluttering sprinkled into like traditional cleaning and homemaking videos? Or would you prefer to see full-on straight up decluttering videos where that's like basically all I'm doing in the video is just decluttering and maybe organizing that area a little bit? Either way is totally fine, but I would just love to kind of get your feedback on that and see what you would like to see. And then also, please let me know if you have any suggestions on where you would like me to start as far as decluttering goes. I don't really have a certain place that I'm like trying to start at, but I pretty much know that almost every single room in my house needs a good declutter. So pretty much everything is on the table. If you would rather see me declutter like my hall closet or our kitchen or a bathroom, whatever you want to see, just let me know in the comments below. So since getting our robot vacuum, I honestly clean our floors a little bit less than normal. I typically just have a robot vacuum clean our floors every day, and then I will clean up like spot messes and things like that. But I do love to really deep clean our floors about once a week or so. And during this time, I also choose to mop. Even though I pretty much hate mopping, I just like to get like a really good vacuum on the floors and a really good mop on the floors. And like I said, I just do that about once a week. It seems like that's kind of all I really need to do. But it is amazing how when you clean your floors, just your entire home feels so much cleaner. And I feel like it also kind of pushes you to keep the rest of your home a little bit cleaner when the floors are all clean. Where do you run when you want your peace? Waiting on some perfect sign. You get to know the rhythms of the night. So here I'm just using my steam mop. I know I usually use my e-cloth spray mop, but I just wanted to use my steam mop today. I haven't used it in quite a while just because my spray mop seems a little bit easier, But I really do love my steam mop still. It does just get the floors so clean and shiny looking, and I love that it also only uses water. But you'll have to let me know what kind of mop you use. I know a lot of people use spray mops. I know a lot of people use steam mops, and I've also heard a lot of really good things about one of the bucket mops. I can't remember what it's called, but I know there are just so many out there. So if you have any great recommendations on a mop, definitely let me know in the comments. I always love getting your guys' tips and recommendations, and I would definitely recommend this one that I have right here and also my spray mop. But I feel like we really do learn so much from each other and just sharing our different tips and ideas. So if you have anything that works really great in your home, definitely let me know.
Held in the echoes, secrets that we know, doors that open for us in a moment. Keeping the light on, righting our old wrongs, keeping our sights on everything we want. We catch our breath in the middle of it all, chasing.
All right, we are doing good. I have basically the entire main floor done, but before jumping into my bedroom and cleaning my bedroom and bathroom, I am gonna run upstairs and just do a quick tidy up there. I feel like that will motivate me a little bit more because I know it's gonna be very fast and quick. Cross that off my list, get a little boost of motivation, then I'll go back into my bedroom, and then finally we will go downstairs to the basement, and I'll probably end up having everybody help me in the basement. I feel like we always do that. Anytime I'm cleaning the basement, I always have my family jump in and help. I don't always share them doing all of this work, although they do help me up here as well, but just because a lot of downstairs is like where they hang out all the time, and so a lot of the mess downstairs is basically all of theirs, and so I just want to make sure to include them in that. So that is kind of the game plan, but we were marking things off of our list. We are moving along, so let's keep going.
Sun is coming up, over the rest is coming, crystal vision. Like a fever, burning up, yeah, we're on fire. True believer, we're walking on the wire. I can see it on the horizon, all the hopes we can feel it. Chasing the light is all we know. See in the forest, for the trees I'm keeping watch. All that is storming, waking up and turning on, keeping the light on, righting all the wrongs, keeping our sights on everything we want.
So this vacuum that I'm using right here is a different one than I typically use. It's kind of similar to the vacuum that I use a lot, but this one's just a little bit lighter weight. And I love the attachments on this one. I feel like it works super well, especially on stairs. And you'll see that in just a minute. I'm actually able to take the entire bottom of it off and basically have like a mini vacuum. It's super cool. And I really don't feel like I found a vacuum that vacuums the stairs quite as easily as this one. I'm still wishing for that magical vacuum that's going to just magically vacuum the stairs for you. But until that happens, I'm definitely loving this setup.
Rising all the hopes we can feel it. Chasing the light is all we know. Chasing the light is all we know. Can't stop and I won't let it go. Chasing the light is all we know. Can't stop and I won't let it go. Like a fever, burning up, yeah, we're on fire. True believer, we're walking on the wire.
All right, we are moving right along. We are finally up in the guest bedroom, which is just right at the top of the stairs. If you are kind of confused on how everything is set up in our house, I will try to do a home tour very soon because I've been getting a lot of questions, just like how our floor plan is and how everything is set up in our house and like where all the bedrooms and rooms are. So I will try to do that very soon. But basically, our guest room is right at the very top of the stairs. This is actually the room that used to be our boys' bedroom until we finished our basement. And then they all three wanted to move down there to be together. And honestly, now they just like live in the basement. It's just like the total fun zone. And I don't blame them because every downtime I have, I'm always in the basement too, just like hanging out, lounging around. It totally has like that lounging around vibe. And so I feel like we're all just drawn to it. But anyway, this is our guest room. And I just wanted to get a tidy on this room because although we don't really have guests staying with us all that much right now, this is the room that just doesn't really get used a lot. And so it ends up being like a storage room. Anytime I have something that I'm not sure where to put it, or I'm just kind of like waiting to share it in a video or do like a makeover with it or something, this is where all of that goes. And so I wanted to really kind of tidy this room up because you do see it every time you walk up the stairs. And I feel like when you walk by it all the time, it can either create peace and calm if it's clean and tidy, or it can create just like a little bit of like uneasiness and stress if you see just tons of clutter in here. So I definitely wanted to tackle this room and get it looking clean and tidy. And the next space on my list is my office, which is also upstairs, just like down the hallway from our guest bedroom and bathroom. And my office actually was not super dirty. I feel like my office is another one of those just like catch-all spaces because it's totally out of the way of the rest of the house. But this has actually stayed really pretty clean since the last time I cleaned it in a whole house clean with me, which was probably about a month ago. And I feel like usually our home will stay a lot cleaner when I clean everything all at once, which is one of the reasons I love to do like the whole house clean with me's. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but for me, I definitely see the benefit in cleaning everything all at once. It just kind of encourages the entire family to keep everything a little bit more tidy. And I don't know if I'm gonna say this in the way that like it will make sense, but I feel like when a whole entire area is clean, it just ends up staying clean for longer than if I were to just clean like one space or one room. So for example, if I clean my kitchen and our living room and our entryway, I feel like the entire space stays cleaner for longer. Whereas if I just clean the kitchen, it gets dirty so much quicker. Or if I just clean the living room, everything gets dirty so much quicker. So I feel like if you clean an entire area, it just ends up staying cleaner for so much longer. Let me know if that even makes sense. Or if you totally get what I'm saying, let me know if that's the same case in your house. Moving into the bathroom, I wanted to mostly give this a quick clean, but I also did want to kind of deep clean the bathtub and shower. And I actually shared a hack for this on my channel probably close to a year ago. I can't remember for sure, but it was probably about a year, maybe even a year and a half ago. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but it was a hack that I actually thought that I had made up. I had never heard of it before or seen it anywhere. And I just had like this brilliant idea of how to clean your bathtub. And when I shared it, a lot of you guys had said you actually did that as well. And I was blown away because like I said, I'd never heard of it. But I feel like it is just the best way to clean your shower. So what I do is I will just take my shower or bath cleaner, and then instead of getting on my hands and knees or kind of like bending my back to get into the different places in our bath or shower, I will actually use a broom. And the bristles on the broom work so incredibly well. Plus you can just stay standing. You don't have to be like on your hands and knees and hurting your back or anything. This has been one of my favorite hacks that I've ever found or shared with you guys. I know I always love sharing like different tips and different hacks in my videos because I just always want to make things a little bit easier on you. And if I ever find a way to do something easier, I definitely want to share it with you guys as well. But I would love to hear what your favorite tip or hack is that I've shared with you on my channel before. All right, so it is the next day. Once I got everything cleaned upstairs last night, I just realized like it's about dinner time. I need to start making something for the family. And then once we had dinner and everything, I was just like, I just felt kind of done for the day, and I knew that I didn't have a ton to do today. And so I just decided I would go ahead and save my bedroom. There's like a ton in front of me, and of course a bunch of laundry. I need to get a bunch of laundry put away, sorted, and then also start another load because there's always laundry to do. So I think I'm actually gonna start with that, and then once we are done with the laundry, I will go ahead and just work on my bedroom, my bathroom, our other like half bath that's in just down the hallway right here. And then we're also gonna go downstairs and tidy the basement. It is a disaster down there. I feel like it always is, unless if I clean it, or unless like we have like our family cleanup, which we usually do like every night or every other night. We do like the main area, but we've definitely been thrown for a loop just with Christmas and everything. We're kind of getting back into our routines, so we haven't been doing like our family night cleanups every night or every other night or so. So anyway, we have a lot to get done still, but the rest of the house is looking amazing. It feels so nice and just peaceful and calming to feel like how clean and tidy everything is. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump on into it.
But this is how we grow. Gotta give it up sometimes, let's go. And knowing when to kill your pride. There's no one to blame. Nothing really stays the same. This is how we grow. Sometimes we hold on to let go.
We are going to be trying to do a big makeover in our laundry room, just make it really functional. And if you saw my farmhouse makeover series, you probably know exactly what I'm going to be doing in here. I mean, it won't be exactly the same, but it's going to be kind of based on the farmhouse makeover series that I did in the laundry closet there. We did like a really modern farmhouse, rustic, really super functional shelving unit, and we used piping and real wood, and it just all turned out so amazing. I was so incredibly blown away by how that makeover turned out and just how functional it was and beautiful, and honestly how budget friendly it all was as well. So that's kind of what we're going to be going for in this laundry space. But if you haven't seen that video, or you haven't seen that series, or a bunch of my other makeover videos as well, I will go ahead and link that playlist down below for you so you can go ahead and check that out. But I hope to do that in the near future because this laundry room is just totally not working for us.
Sometimes let's go. And knowing when to kill your pride. There's no one to blame. Nothing really stays the same. This is how we grow. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to this is how it goes. Gotta give it up sometimes, let's go. And knowing when to kill your pride. There's no one to blame. Nothing really stays the same. This is how we grow. This is how we grow. Sometimes we hold on to let go.
Running away to a better time.
I feel like the shot of me of just doing mounds and loads of laundry is just so incredibly like real life. I feel like there is always more laundry to do no matter how kept up on it you feel. There's just always, always, always more laundry. I feel like I actually used to have a really good laundry routine, and over the last year, I've definitely just let some of it go and kind of struggled through this. And so at the moment, I don't have a great laundry routine. I'm still kind of just working out my new routines for this year and just seeing what works well for us and seeing what doesn't. So hopefully I will be sharing a working laundry routine pretty soon with you guys. But for now, I feel like I'm just kind of trying to stay up on laundry and not let it get backed up like this. But unfortunately, it does get get backed up like this more often than I'd like to admit. But usually when I do have a ton of laundry like this, I will just put on a show on my phone or something, or I'll call my mom and talk to her, and I'll just kind of do something to take my mind off of it. Otherwise, it feels like you are standing there forever just folding and sorting and putting away laundry. And so finding something that really takes your mind off of those mundane everyday chores can definitely help make them feel not so difficult.
It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Easy to get caught up in the fight when you've been wrestling with the night, with troubles waiting there behind my eyes, evaporating with the new sunrise. Oh, the rain, no, the rain can't stay. When you feel like you're running in place, feel a shift in the sky, gon' change. Take me there to the good old days. 'Cause you know it's only gonna get better. Yeah, the seasons know when to change. Better weather don't last forever. Oh, you know things never stay the same. Never stay the same. It's gonna get better. Never stay the same. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
Finally, it was time to start vacuuming the floors in our bedroom. And I don't know if you can really see, I guess you can kind of tell in the video, but our flooring in our bedroom has just not held up that well. I feel like everywhere else it's held up really great. I don't know if they just installed it weird in this room, but it's actually lifting up away from the floor on multiple spots. And in the middle of the floor, you can actually see like a huge line in the floor where it's just kind of starting to buckle. And honestly, Kyle and I don't really love having carpet in our bedroom. And so I think we're actually going to end up trying to get the same flooring that is in like our living room and kitchen and everything. And we're going to just continue it throughout our bedroom as well. And that way we will have the same flooring on the entire main floor. I'm not really sure the timeline on that. I definitely want to get it done sooner than later, but we are going to be doing it ourselves and not hiring it out. And so we'll just have to see when we can fit it into our schedule. But I honestly cannot wait. I love the flooring in the rest of our house. I love the laminate flooring that we have in the living room. And I think it's going to look so good in this bedroom, just like the darker flooring with all of our lighter furniture. I think it will just kind of give it a little bit of a pop. And something else that I have been kind of playing around with in my mind is actually painting the back wall on our bedroom, like the one that is right behind our bed, and painting that a really dark color just to kind of make our bed set pop a little bit more. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. If you would vote to keep it just like the same color that it is, or if you would vote to paint it darker. I've been kind of toying with that idea for quite a while and I really can't decide. I feel like I'm so indecisive sometimes, but sometimes you guys just make the best points on things like that, so I would love to hear your thoughts. All right, the room is looking so nice. I love like that pop of pink, just really romantic in the bedroom, especially since we're not doing like seasonal decor right now. I guess it kind of goes for Valentine's, but I typically don't decorate at all or much for Valentine's, and so I just thought that was kind of fun to like add that in there. Now we are going to move on to the bathroom. No, I'm not going to be doing like a deep clean in here. I did that not too long ago, and so I'm just going to be like tidying everything up, wiping down surfaces, things like that, and then we'll move down to the basement. The very last thing on my list was to clean the basement, and like I had said before, we usually like to clean the basement as a family just because this is where the boys spend most of their time, and a lot of the messes down here are the boys' items, and so we definitely like to include them in this process. And because it is a larger space down here, it will go so much faster when everybody just pitches in. It probably takes us maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes if it's a real huge mess, but this is something that we do all the time, so the boys are definitely used to pitching in down in the basement and just getting the entire thing done together as a family. So right here, I'm just starting to put back all of like our regular everyday decor. I had recently taken down all of our Christmas decor and I just wanted to put everything back in its place and just get it looking like really homey and really cozy and everything down here. And one of the tips that I'd shared when I was actually pulling down this decor in order to put our Christmas stuff up a few months ago was that whenever you're pulling down like your regular everyday decor, go ahead and put everything into a basket or a bin, and then that way whenever you're ready to put everything back together, all you have to do is bring that one bin down and everything is just kind of kept in one space, and you're not having to go searching around your house like, where did I put this piece and where did I put that item? Everything is all in one space and it ends up making it just so much more simple and easy.
This moment, holding out for something golden. Found a light on a hill. I was waking up, looking for peace in a world that's divided. Gotta hold on tight when you find it. I was turning around, I was waking up.
Next, I just went into the kids' room and started helping them tidy their rooms. Kyle and I really try to lead by example and just sharing like teaching moments with them. And so, for example, we are always just kind of helping each other and pitching in together. And when we do that, we really show them that by helping each other, it really lessens the burden on others, and it also makes really quick work. Now, a lot of times the boys do tidy their rooms just all by themselves, but this last year has definitely thrown us all through a loop and we've gotten a little bit off track with our routines. But this coming year, I know that it's only going to be as good as we make it. And so I really want to just focus inward this year and focus on what values we are teaching our boys and what things we are teaching in our home. I know we don't always feel like we have control of things outside of our home, but we can definitely make a difference in what happens inside of our homes. And I feel like that is so important. And I've definitely found that the more we lead our kids by example, we end up seeing so much out of them. Like, for example, the other day, Noah, who is our little 4-year-old, he got up the other day and got right to doing all of his chores. He was unloading the dishwasher on his own. He was feeding our pets and just doing all the things on his chore chart. And he was doing them without being reminded or being told. And that just showed me that our kids are really always watching us and just always paying attention so much to what we are doing and what examples we are setting for them. So definitely do not feel like what you're doing is going to waste or it's being unnoticed. Even when you feel like your kids are not paying attention to anything you're saying, they are definitely paying attention to all that you are doing. I feel like it's just little moments like that that make it all worth it and just make you realize that truly what you are doing and what you are teaching and what you are showing your kids really does matter.
Matters on gray days. I live in your laughter. I collide with your heart. I'm seeing stars. I let go of the past. I know this too shall last. Now I've been waiting all day to let you know that I wanna stay here forever. Playing it on like the radio. Don't see how it could be better. All I know is don't let go. Stuck in a head rush about it. We're spinning fast, we're moving slow. I don't know how, but we found it. Something supernatural.
All right, we got so much done today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and I hope it gave you tons of cleaning motivation or just motivation to do whatever you have on your to-do list today. No matter what you have done or what you still have left to do, know that you are doing amazing and you totally deserve a huge pat on your back. So go ahead and give yourself one. Also, just a reminder, make sure you go check out that link in the description box. You can go check out the Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. I promise you, it will make cleaning your dishes so much easier and quicker. And if you're not already a part of this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also hit that notification bell and turn that to all, and that way you will actually get notified for any of my future videos. I hope you guys have the most amazing day and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.
Subscribe, click the links down below so I make a time. Comment, say hi, hit the bell so I know I'll see you next time.